Here's the situation, guys. This is obviously related to the National Guard, that woman from West Virginia dying, the other guy clinging to life. You have this like CIA extended Afghan guy who came here. He was part of rebel factions that worked with the CIA. So he was given first shot at some asylum with a bunch of other people. Okay, now there has been a big attempt to spin this. We know that the shooter came in 2021, but we also know that the shooter applied for asylum in December of 24, 1 month before Trump took office, and then he received it. It was granted in April. So his asylum was granted by the Trump administration. Now the question becomes vetting. Okay, who vetted this guy? Now, again, if we look realistically, you can't vet somebody and know that a shooting is going to happen. Okay, it's ridiculous. But again, this is about the political responsibility here, which is if you're running an immigration system where you're saying, oh, these other guys were so bad, they did such a bad job, they let in all these criminals, but then you're vetting the fucking criminals, that is going to cost you in the election. This is going to be costly for the Republicans because they can't blame it on Joe Biden because obviously they vetted him or they didn't vet him, but they gave him asylum in April. They did it. It was their deal. Now, here's what's so great about this is Kristi Noem is in a pickle. And I believe that this interview right here just completely fucked her up. She's so craven. She is like a fucking craven liar who would literally, she would lie and sell her own kids to the KGB in a heartbeat, dude. She put a gun to her dog's head and pulled the trigger and had no problem. She put it in the book, right? She lied about Kim Jong-un and then she went and did interviews and she sat there while all the reporters were attacking her and she literally just deadpanned. She is one of the greatest I have no shame liars on the planet. She is a sociopathic fucking hot mess, dude. But anyway, there were two things here, guys, where Noem is going down. Because one, she's about to get asked here about the vetting of this guy. And watch what she says here. Watch her response. It's very telling.
I want to be very clear about this because his asylum was approved in April of this year on the Trump administration's watch. So just to be very clear, was there a vetting process in place to approve that asylum request?
Yeah, the vetting process all happened under Joe Biden's administration.
But was he vetted when he was granted asylum? Are you saying he wasn't vetted when he was granted asylum?
Vetting is happening when they come into the country, and that was completely abandoned under Joe Biden's administration. That's the irresponsibility that has completely devastated our country, Kristen, put us in such a dangerous position. I don't think people realized when Joe Biden was in the White House exactly how he was allowing our country to be infiltrated with people that we didn't know who they were. Some of them we did know were dangerous, and we went after as soon as they came into this country. But under this program, we could have up to 100,000 people that came in from Afghanistan that may be here to do us harm. And President Trump is absolutely dedicated to getting them out of our country.
All right, so here's the thing, though. Did you notice how this is going to be a bombshell for her? Because look at what she said. We know they're doing the Biden blame game, but she said that Biden completely abandoned vetting. Vetting happens when they come in. Biden completely abandoned it, which is incredibly dangerous. So why on earth did you grant asylum to somebody when it was so dangerous that the vetting had completely broken down? Surely you would have denied the asylum. Even though we didn't get vindication in this interview, she literally just dug her own fucking pit for her to step in. Because obviously, if Joe Biden, okay, let's take you at your word. Joe Biden completely abandoned the vetting. There was no vetting. It's a disaster. There's dangerous terrorists from Afghanistan here. And yet you, knowing all that, you went ahead and granted one of them who had not been vetted at all asylum without doing your own vetting. That's even worse than if they had vetted him and he just happened to slide under the radar. Like, she literally could have said, we vetted this guy completely. There was no way to tell he had worked with the CIA. This guy went rogue. Unfucking believable. We are so upset about this, and now we're going to get more stringent. She could have spun it in a million fucking ways. But she decided to go completely with the Joe Biden one that makes it look like they're fucking incompetent, bro. Like, completely. She literally, in her sociopathic nature right there, she just blew up her own train, bro. Completely blew it up. Trust me when I say that this is going to come back and haunt, okay? Because eventually the House is not going to belong to the Republicans, and she is going to get investigated, and she has a real problem. But her bigger problem, guys, is this other clip. The real kicker of it is this one about Boasberg, which was same interview. Now her head is on the chopping block, the metaphorical chopping block. Dude, she is so crazy. She is like Kristi Noem is just, dude, I look at her and I'm like, man, if I slept in the same bed with her, dude, I would never fucking go to sleep, bro. I'm serious. I would have like one eye open the whole time, boss. Something about her just seems dangerous. But look at this, guys. This is such a catastrophic, like, I mean, I think sometimes, guys, it's just the hubris that makes these people behave like so stupidly. But look at this part right here, guys. They're talking about that Boasberg order. No planes can be sent to El Salvador, right? You have to ground them. You have to ground the planes, and you can't send any more. And somebody made the call to take the planes that were in the air and to not ground them, to have them take innocent people to El Salvador. But the question is, who made that call? And nobody has gotten an answer on that. But like, watch this, dude. This, dude, I want to see her in prison so fucking bad.
Secretary Noem, let me turn to my final topic. In a filing in federal court this week, the Justice Department said that when the administration was ordered back in March to stop sending detained migrants to a mega prison in El Salvador, you personally made the final call to continue the flights anyway. Is that correct? Do you acknowledge that?
You know, we have court filings going on and decisions that are going forward. I'll let them continue to play through that process.
But did you make that call?
I'm proud of President Trump and his leadership and the decisions that we have made. And the decisions that are made on deportations, where flights go and when they go, are my decision at the Department of Homeland Security. And we will continue to do the right thing and ensure that dangerous criminals are removed.
So that you're saying that it was your decision. It sounds like the judge wanted to ensure that people were given due process. He said very clearly, quote, any plane containing these folks that is going to take off or is in the air needs to be returned to the United States, but those people need to be returned to the United States. However that's accomplished, I leave to you. But this is something that you need to make sure is complied with immediately. Did you defy the court's order, Madam Secretary?
No, Kristen, and that's one of the things that we continue to face across this country is activist judges who are using radical decisions that have no standing and no grounds to try to stop what President Trump is doing to protect America and to keep us safe. So we'll continue to do the right thing, continue to work and do protect Americans, no matter what radical judge comes out and tries to stop us. We'll do the right thing and know that we're on the side of the law, the side of the Constitution, and the side of the American people.
So now, totally like typical Kristi Noem, okay? Right? Of course, she's sleazy wiring. She's saying, oh, me and Trump, we made good decisions. But did you see, right, attacking the judge, activist judge, the standing, but did you see the one part, right? Did you see the one part? It was right here Watch this.
I'm proud of President Trump and his leadership and the decisions that we have made, and the decisions that are made on deportations, where flights go and when they go, are my decision at the Department of Homeland Security.
Right there. Right there. Right there, she said it. The decision of the flights, where they go, when they leave, where they go, are my decision, right? She like got into her little ramble of like, first she did me and Trump, I'm proud of the decisions we've made, and then she claimed it. The decisions, right? She stepped up and I'm like, I am in fucking charge here.
But did you make that call?
I'm proud of President Trump and his leadership and the decisions that we have made. And the decisions that are made on deportations, where flights go and when they go, are my decision at the Department of Homeland Security, and we will continue to do the right thing and ensure that dangerous criminals are removed.
So there it is. There it is, guys. That's an important one right there. I know she's like, you know, just claiming her turf, right? It was like bravado, because you notice the first part, she actually said, Trump, I'm proud of the decisions we've made. It was her and Trump. There was no like thing. And then for whatever reason, she's like, don't fuck with me. I am the secretary. The decisions around these planes, these deportations are made by me. That's going to come back to haunt her. Dude, it is, bro. Dude, fuck her, man. God damn. Doesn't she seem like a Stepford wife or something? Like, bro, she is like a Stepford wife. She is like psycho. There is something about her that is just like, it's like almost robotic in her delivery. Just like so, like sociopathic. I swear to you, she's a fucking sociopath. Like absolutely soulless.